In this video, I will be showing you some basic crochet stitches and techniques. It's going to lead up to some of my other videos that I'm going to actually teach you how to build some things. If you've seen this channel before, you will have seen my video of how to procure materials to make rugs and bags and things of that nature. So I will teach you the basic stitches that you will need to know in order to create those items. First thing we need to do, have your little ball of yarn there, have your crochet hook in hand. I am right-handed, so all of my instructions are going to be right-handed. If you are a left-handed individual, I apologize. I am not ambidextrous, so very sorry. Okay, so the first thing we'll need to do is make a slip knot. This is the easiest way for me to do it. You take and you wrap around your finger twice, the back loop over the front loop, and then you take the now back loop and you pull the front loop through. So there you go, there's that. Put your hook through there and tighten her up a little. Your other hand you're going to use not only to hold your excess string or hold your project, whatever it is that you need to hold with it, but it's also going to act as your tensioning. That way you have even tension and even stitches. So it's kind of hard for me to explain, but I'll do my best here. I've just been doing it for so long, it's something I do. Wrap around your pinky finger like that, and then you're going to wrap around your index finger like that. That way you can use your fingers to keep good tension on there. Okay, and then you'll use your two middle fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger and your thumb, to hold the end, and eventually that's going to hold your work as well. Alright, so now that we've got your slip knot, your loop is on your hook, and you have your fingers set up for their tensioning. First basic thing to know is how to do a chain. So a chain is the very most basic step, the very most basic stitch in crochet. And all you have to do is yarn over. That's the official term. You put your yarn over your hook, and you're going to draw that through the loop. And that is a chain. In instructions, if you are reading a crochet pattern, it will tell you how many times you should chain. So let's go ahead and chain 10 times. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now once you get to the end of your chain, we're going to need to sort of step up to the next level if we're going to add on. So to keep everything all nice and even, we're going to add one more chain, and then we will learn how to do a single crochet. So we're going to skip the chain that we just made and go through both loops on the previous chain. Sorry, it's hard to see the camera, see my hands, see all of it. So you can see we've still got our loop on there. We've skipped one stitch, and I've got my hook through both of the loops on the previous chain. Go ahead and yarn over, draw through both loops, so you'll have 2 loops on your hook now. Yarn over again, and you're going to draw through both of those. So that's what that is going to look like. Okay. Now just keep going on that. This first row is always sort of the hardest one, especially if your chain is really tight like I made mine. So you'll go hook through both loops, yarn over, draw through both loops. You'll end up with 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and draw those through. So it will look like this. I'm going to shut the camera off and continue across, just because it's going to take me a minute, because I've made my chain really tight and it's hard to get my hook through those loops. So when we pick up, I will be at the end of my chain. Okay, so I have just finished my row of single crochets. I've done 10 single crochets. Now we're to the end of the row. If we wanted to do another row of single crochets, all we would have to do is chain 1. So that'll give us our step up to the next level. Remember, on when we stepped up to this first row of single crochets, all we did was added a chain at the end. We had 10 chains for our 10 stitches. We added an 11th chain to step up. Here we've done 10 single crochets, so we'll do 1 chain for our step up, and all you want to do is turn your work like so, and then skipping that chain that you just made, same deal here, but 10 times easier. You put your hook through the 2 top loops on your first single crochet, draw through, yarn over, draw through both, so we can make 10 single crochet across the top. Whoa. That's 2. Let's find our loops for 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10 is going to be a little bit more difficult. Alright, there we go. There is 10. Okay, so now we've got 2 rows of single crochets. As you can see, it's pretty tight and it's pretty dense. If you use all single crochets, say you were making a blanket, it will take you forever and a day, and it will be a very dense, very thick blanket. There's not going to be very big spaces in your stitches. So the solution to that would be to use maybe a double crochet. So for a double crochet, we'll have to step up 2 chains, because it is double. Turn your work. Now, before we put our hook through the 2 loops, you're going to yarn over. Okay, so yarn over. I always hold mine in place while I'm finding my loops. There we go. Put your hook through your 2 loops, yarn over, pull through. So now you will have 3 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over and draw through 2. So you're leaving that first one on. Now we've got 2 on our hook again. Yarn over, draw through those 2, and that is a double crochet. Show you again. Yarn over, put it through your 2 loops, yarn over, draw through, got 3 on your hook, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through your remaining 2. Okay, so there's 2 double crochets. Then just continue across, make 10 double crochets. Alright, so there we've got 10 double crochets. You can see that the space in these stitches is a bit bigger. They're a bit looser than our single crochet rows. It also goes faster for adding length. So if you're looking for a quick project, the double crochet is going to be a lot faster than a single crochet, although it's not going to be as thick and it's not going to be as tight. Alright, so we just learned about double crochets. Let's say that you want your stitches to be still looser, or maybe you want your project to go still faster. The next step up would be a triple crochet. So to step up from our current row to a triple crochet row, you want to chain 3 and turn your work. Now you want to yarn over and yarn over again. So we'll start with 3 loops on the hook. Put it through the top 2 loops of that first double crochet, yarn over, draw through. Now you will see we've got 4 loops currently on the hook, yarn over, going to draw through 2, yarn over, going to draw through the next 2, and then you'll yarn over again, draw through your last 2. So, show you one more. So yarn over twice, put your hook through the top 2 loops of your double crochet you are working in, yarn over, draw through, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through the next 2, yarn over, draw through your last 2. Okay. I'm gonna finish up this row off camera just so I can show you the difference in the scale and the difference in the space created. I'll see it here in about 8 stitches. Okay, so I have finished my row of 10 triple crochets. So here at the bottom we've got 2 rows of our single crochet, 1 and 2. This row here is our double crochets. See, it's about that big. This is our triple crochets, and you can see how big that is compared to our double and compared to our 2 rows of single crochets. Also, if you notice just how loose these stitches are, it is a faster method of creating length on your work, but it also does leave these big gaps. So if you were working on something like a blanket or a hat, something that would be keeping you warm, this would not be the stitch to go with. Probably these 2 would be the best ones for that, because there would be less gaps and less heat lost. Okay, so the next item on our agenda is a slip stitch, and a slip stitch is really great for joining 2 ends of your work. So what we will do is, let's make our little slip knot, back over front, like that. Put your hook through your loop, and let's chain up 4. Okay. So we're going to chain up 4. If we wanted to make this into a circle, we would take our hook, put it through the very first chain that we made, yarn over, just like that, and pull through not only those 2 loops on that first chain, but also the loop on the hook. So instead of pulling through, yarning over and pulling through, we're going to pull through everything all at once. And from here we can chain up a couple times, and we can make some double crochets right into the center of this little loop. Just use your middle finger and your thumb to keep the middle of that circle. I always tuck my tail here. That way we can sort of run over it with our stitches and have it all secured and tucked in and tied in and good looking. So let's chain up 2, and then we'll place some double crochets around this circle. So yarn over, put it right in the middle of that circle you made of the chains, yarn over, draw through, yarn over, draw through 2, draw through 2, do that again, yarn over, through the middle, yarn over, draw through, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. I'm going to make, let's say, a dozen. Now this first little row of chains that we did as our step up is going to count as one stitch. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make a dozen of them. There we go. 4. 5. 6. 7. 'It's kind of getting a little bit tight. You can just pull your loops right over. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now this is our second opportunity to use our slip stitch. We can use our slip stitch to join our current double crochet to that little chain 2 step up that we used to get up to this level. So you'll take your hook, put it through the 2 loops of that top chain in our step up, yarn over, draw through those 2 loops, and draw through the loop on your hook, and then now those are all joined together and we've got a continuous circle. If you wanted to build this circle further, we could chain up a few more. Sorry, that's a baby goat on my back porch. And you could continue around building a bigger and bigger circle, which I will cover in a later video.